Stone Pone Matthews, welcome back. How's it going? Thanks for joining again. Oh, that one actually had a decent chance, not the worst. 14 feet 10 inches. Alright, a little bit of a slow start there, but getting back into it. Benjamin, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Yesterday I hit my first 200-yard carry with a 80-mile-per-hour swing in center of the driver. Let's go, that's awesome. Congrats, that's big. That one should be decent as well. A little bit shorter where I needed it to be. Not the worst though. 6 feet 8 inches, slowly getting there. Didn't get to warm up really today, so you're seeing the first shots I'm hitting, but it's getting there. Not the worst. Alright, another one in the landing zone. Well, a little bit of a bad bounce on that one. Almost hopped too far right off that first bounce. 6 feet 10 inches. Still good to be landing it in the right spot. Just got to keep them left of this pin, but on the green. Oh, just missed it on that one. Do you play Roblox? I do not play Roblox. I used to, but not anymore. Oh gosh, that's a good way to throw away a good set of 5. $93 feet away and still on the green. That would be a fun putt. And then a little bit too far right with that one. Alright, 2 out of the 5 in the landing zone to the left of the pin though, so that's not the worst. And only 10 shots in. Had a couple good looks. Do you play Minecraft? I play a little bit of Minecraft. The only game that I really play is Rocket League. That's the only one I play right now, mainly. Those clubs that I was getting, the iron are Mizuno. Okay, JPX Forged, Game Improvement, drivers, PXG, Easy Driver. Yeah, those are awesome. Those are really good clubs. All right. Oh, almost the right idea. A little bit too much fade though. Little long as well. Gotta take some distance off. Yeah, my dad still plays with PXG clubs, and I've hit his driver before, and it feels really nice. So definitely a solid driver to have. And then I've heard all good stuff about Mizuno clubs as well. Alright, they're just leaking on me a little too far right now. A little bit too much fade on these, just gotta straighten it out a hair. $20. And there's a nice overcorrection. Try to take the fade off, end up with almost even a little bit of a draw there, right into that bunker. Oh, very bad start so far. I think not many, a lot of shots around 6 feet, but not much inside of that. Gotta start locking it in here. Alright, much better swing on that one. Let's see if the distance is good. A little bit short, not quite. Right idea though. 5 feet 9 inches, not too bad. How many games do you play? Right now, I'd say I'm only playing Rocket League on Xbox. That's kind of my only game right now. Let me think of what else I've played recently. I think that's it. A little bit too far right. What about you? What games are you currently playing? Alright, short right, not a bad miss. Right idea, but very chunky. Not going to get there. Just a wide open face on that one. Same miss that I've had so far today. Got to get these a little more left. Ooh, right idea, but no fade. Catches the fringe and takes a pretty big bounce. "30 feet. Here we go. Come on. Let's get back to that landing zone. Alright, not quite landing zone, but much better swing there. Can't be too upset with that one. So far, though, I think I've hit around 15 shots, and I only believe 3 have caught that landing zone, so gotta start getting a little bit more consistent. I've been hitting my 9-iron the best out of my irons, but after a few swings with my other irons, I hit better. Gotcha. Yeah, I think. How many money do you have? Not much. I'm a college student. I am very, very broke right now. But thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. Might be good, or it might catch the fringe again. Yeah, just catching the fringe when I get it on that right line. A little bit thin. That one's going to fade too much. Right idea, though. Alright, that one should catch the landing zone. Finally got another one. A little bit too long, but at least landed in the right spot. "14.5 feet. Big double cross there. Lost the club face at the top and turned it over for a draw. Second shot today in that bunker. Not a fun one. And then back to that right miss. A little bit inconsistent. 1 out of the 5 there had a chance. The other 4 were Not the best, not crossing over the pin. Alright, here we go. Let's get this updated real quick. Gotta update it on my phone here. Sorry if the camera's shaky for a second. Alright, that should be it. Okay. I think I got that updated. Yeah, here we go. What's your favorite food and what's your name? Well, my name's Sam Quas in the channel name as well. And favorite food? Oh, definitely got to be definitely steak, a fillet, specifically a medium to medium rare. That's for sure my favorite food. Oh, started on the right line, but then just faded a little too much. Ended up slipping right in the hole. Gotta get it on that left side. 10 feet, 5 inches though, still a good shot. Oh, that miss is so frustrating. I just keep coming up on it early. Not a good swing. Alright, here we go. Stay down on it, get some good attempts. Due for a new record on the day. Might be a little long. It's left of the pin though, so it's got a chance. Actually a little bit short. Right idea though. Four feet 6 inches. Alright. Moving in the right direction again, finally. Followed it up with one of the worst shots, 5 degrees open on the club face. That's not going to help. That would be a big putter chip back up to that pin. Alright, still a little bit too far right. Got another in the landing zone though. Inside of 5 feet as well. But still some work to do here. Basketball Liver, how's it going? Thanks for joining the chat here. Alright. Let's get the closest shot updated real quick, and then we'll do this next set of 5 here. Okay, 4 feet 6 inches from that last round. Let's get that changed. All right, should have that updated now. Let me double check real quick. I think we're good though. All right, yep, got it updated. Now let's keep getting some closer ones. All right, should stay in the landing zone. Oh, just a little bit past it. Not bad though. Right idea. Probably like 7 feet long, 8 feet long. Getting the club stuck a little bit behind me, which is why I'm having some of these early pushes here. Let's get a little unstuck and get it back on the left side of the pin. Still coming up on it a little bit early. Little thin there, causing it to fade more and miss further right. A little bit of a double cross. Had a couple right misses in a row and then a classic overcorrection to move it to the opposite side instead of just a small correction. Not the best round again. Only 1 of the 5 in the landing zone. The goal is to get 2 of the 5 in the landing zone, which is anywhere left of the pin, but still on the green. If it lands on the fringe or fairway, it takes a little bit too big of a bounce to have a chance. But anything left of that pin on the green runs down. What club is it today? 9? It is actually the 8 iron because my 9 iron is still in 2 pieces from that last use when I hit that one shot and somehow the shaft and club head where they glue together just completely slipped off. So still waiting to get that club back. It's currently in my pro shop, but once I get that back, I'll move back to the 9 iron and finish that up. But luckily the 8 iron hole that I'm working on is much easier and more doable. A lot of slopes on this green that can get it close to the pin. Alright, so that one's in the landing zone. Now the distance just needs to be perfect. A little bit long on that one, but anytime it lands left of the pin and on the green, it always rolls by the pin because of that slope. So any shot that looks like that has a chance. And the goal is to get about 2 out of the 5 shots around that land in that area. Unfortunately, it's only like 3 yards wide, so it's tough to do, but 2 out of 5 is a solid goal. Oh, Wide open club face there. That one's not going to be close. Catches the slope that takes it all the way to the right side of the green. Nice, like 70-foot putt. Oh, you just played that? It is Cabot Cliffs. Yeah, hole number. I know it's on the back nine, but I can't remember. That's awesome. Yeah, Cabot Cliffs. I would hole 14. Okay, gotcha. I would love to get out to this course one day. It looks amazing. How did you like it, and how did you play there? Alright, that one should catch the landing zone barely. Ooh, actually carried the pin, so not quite. A little bit long there. Oh, right idea if it wasn't chunky. Might have been a good one. Left of the pin, but just a hair chunky, causing it to be short. Right idea, but a little too far right. Gonna miss that landing zone, but not by much. Still a good shot. 8 feet 4 inches. Shot 2 under, but it was scramble 2-man. That's still awesome. I've heard that this is a really tough course, so anything under par, even in the scramble, I think is pretty solid. All right, here we go. Let me get the user face of my stream updated real quick. Got to update it by typing it in on my phone. So sorry if the camera's shaky for a second here. And then I'll quickly go over the challenge again for any new viewers. All right, should be updated now. It's a really hard course. Yeah, I've heard it's a tough one. All right. So, quick update on the challenge for anyone joining for the first time here. So, obviously it says day 53 of the hole-in-one challenge. This is not day 53 with my 8-iron. This is now day 3 with my 8-iron. The other days have been spent on making different hole-in-ones, so I've made 4 so far. All of my wedges are done, 56 degree, 52 degree, 48 degree, and pitching wedge. And I'm trying to make a hole-in-one with every club by the end of 2026. So we'll see if I can get that goal. It's going to be tough, but hopefully I can get this one done today, because this one's very doable compared to the 9-iron, which I skipped over. The 9-iron I'm working on an Island Green hole, PGA West Stadium course. I believe it's hole 17, if anyone wants to give it a try on the simulator. But super flat green, super hard to do. But my 9-iron is currently broken, so I had to skip ahead to 8-iron for right now. So that's what we're working with today, and hopefully we can get it done. Had some really close attempts yesterday and the day before, so let's see what happens. A little bit thin. It's going to be short. The idea is, though, for this hole, anywhere left of the pin but still on the green gives it a chance, because there's a huge left-to-right slope. So no matter where it lands on that part of the green, it will always run down below the pin to the right. The only problem with landing it in the fringe or on the fairway is it takes a little bit too big of a bounce and ends up long. So let's see if I can hit that landing zone. The goal is to kind of get 2 out of the 5 attempts to stick in that landing area. Okay, that would be 1 if I didn't chunk it. That one's going to come up way short, but that was the right line. Unfortunately, I just hit it an inch or so heavy. Not the best contact. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can do that again, but actually hit the ball this time instead of the turf. Well, got the contact part, but did not get the line. Little too far right. The unfortunate part of this one is this pin location definitely sets up for a draw, but my draw just goes a little bit long. I need the extra spin that comes from the fade. So I kind of got to really thread the needle between this pin and the bunker, which is why it's a little bit inconsistent. Alright, that one should hit the landing zone. Little too short though, but it eventually comes down below the hole like that. Just not quite enough power on that one, but 6 feet 11 inches, not the worst. Right idea, but it just barely faded out of the landing zone. Gonna land a little too far right. I think that was shot. Yeah, that was shot 5 there. Thank you. Big love from Norway. Thank you. I appreciate it. How long has it taken you? Yeah, so each club, I'll go through them real quick. The 56 degree, I was working on the short hole at Pebble Beach, and that one took 9 days. And at that point, I was still doing 50 attempts a day. And I was doing 50 attempts a day all the way up until the pitching wedge. But then the next club, 52 degree, took 4 days. The 48 degree took 2 days, actually. That was my quickest by far. And then the pitching wedge, my most recent hole-in-one, came on. I'm from Wisconsin, so I did it actually on the Sand Valley Mammoth Dunes course, if anybody's familiar with Wisconsin golf. And that one took 17 days. So that one was tough. The 9-iron is up to, I believe, 13 or 14 days of attempts. And then again, this is day 3 with the 8-iron. I'm only on the 8-iron right now because the 9-iron is currently in the pro shop. Chunky again. Right idea, though. But yeah, definitely it's going to get questionable soon. I'm already, with the 8-iron, starting to feel fatigue from swinging so much set in earlier and earlier. I think with the pitching wedge, I felt like I could stream for like 2 hours and feel nothing. And now right when I hit that like hour 30 mark, I really start to feel it. And I know that's only going to get worse and worse once I get these longer clubs. But for now, I just got to try to keep this pace going and hopefully get one soon here with the 8-iron. Right idea, but it's going to, I think, hit that fringe. Yep, off the fringe, and then it just takes a little bit too big of a bounce. Right idea, though. But yeah, this 8-iron one really feels doable, so I'm hoping to take advantage of it and get it done in under 10 days total. I think 2 days ago, there were some ridiculously close attempts. And then yesterday I had a couple as well. So hoping to get some good ones here soon. Alright, that one's in the landing zone, left of the pin. Little too long though. Crosses behind it, but like 10 feet behind it. Not really a close attempt, but it did hit the landing zone, so I can't complain too much. Ended up 16 and a half feet away. Left the face wide open there. That one's not going to be close. At least stayed up on the higher tier of this green, but it's still 27 feet away. Not the best there. Bit of a double cross. Pulled it and then added some draw on top of it. Missed the bunker, but that would still be an impossible shot in real life. Not leaving until I see closer than 3 feet. All right, I gotta get on that. Yeah. Also, I've got my computer up on the side here, so I'm trying to read every chat. Sorry if I miss one. How's it going, Parker Arrow? Thanks for joining. But yeah, I'm trying to keep updated there. Let's see. All right, and thank you everybody who has liked or subscribed today to this video. I really appreciate it. It really helps me get out to new viewers. Let me update that real quick on my phone here. Sorry, and then we'll get into this next set. I'm sorry if the camera is shaky for 1 second here. All right, there we go. That should be updated. Let me double check. All right, there we go. Now let's keep these attempts going. Let's get one inside of 3 feet. I think yesterday I didn't have much time. I played for about 40 minutes. And I think it was 4 or 5 inside of 3 feet. So still waiting, but it's coming soon. That one might catch the landing zone, or it's going to hit the fringe. Caught the fringe with that big bounce. That one would have been decent, though. Maybe a little too long. It's hard to tell, but right around that spot, if I can get it to hit the green instead, is what I'm looking for. All right, there we go. That one's in the landing zone at least. Might have actually faded too far right. I don't think that one had a chance. Spoke a little too soon on that one. Still an alright shot though, 7 feet away. We're getting there. The rhythm's coming back, moving in the right direction again. Right idea, but it's thin, so it's just going to fade a lot more than the other ones. Ends up coming short right-ish. A little bit low on the club face and off the heel, which adds a little bit of extra side spin that I don't want there. Faded a little bit too much. Really good distance right now though, so gotta keep this distance going, and now just start it. I think it's literally 2 yards left of where I am now. 11 feet 8 inches. Very chunky there. That one's going to come up way short. Almost kind of close to hitting the pin as it was racing by from hitting that downslope, but not quite. Alright. Not the best there. I'd say I got 1 out of the 5 in the landing zone though, so there was one with a chance, but gotta get a little bit closer. Love the hat and shirt. Thank you. I appreciate it. Who's your favorite golfer? Ooh, that's a tough one. I gotta go with, oh, let me grab some water real quick and think about that. I really like Jordan Spieth, even though he's been pretty cold for the last couple of years now, but I'm hoping he's starting to turn it around a bit. Maybe could see some good performances out of him at the Masters coming up here. Otherwise, I was really happy to see Cameron Young win the Players. I really like him as well. Those are probably 2 of my favorites right now. Alright, that one's going to catch the landing zone. Little short distance-wise, though. Maybe a new record, though? I can't tell. 4 feet. Okay, at least a new record on the day. That's good. Not quite the one, though, that I was looking for. It doesn't do much for the hole-in-one part of the challenge, but still good to see one a little bit closer. Just left it wide open there. Alright, still right on with the distance though, so can't complain too much as long as that stays consistent. Ooh, right start line, but it did not want to fade. Seemed like a decent distance as well. Really lost the club on the backswing there. Ended up hitting a little bit of a double cross out to in-swing path and then a closed face. Alright, here we go. Let's find it again. Well, left the face a little bit open, but that was a better swing than the last one. Got to work with that a little bit. All right, well, not the best set of 5 after that first one, but that first one was a new record on the day. So let me get that updated now. All right, 4 feet 0 inches. Let's get that updated real quick. All right, should have that updated now. There we go. Sorry, that took an extra second, and the camera shake maybe from me touching my phone screen. Where are you from? I'm from Wisconsin, and then I'm currently in Madison, Wisconsin for college. So a bit unfortunate with the weather. That's why I'm still indoor at this point in the season. Our courses haven't quite opened up yet, but we're getting there. Today was actually like 70 degrees, and last week it snowed like 15 inches. So definitely some crazy days in spring in Madison, Wisconsin. But it's slowly getting there. I think courses should be open around April 1st or so. Alright, a little bit better. Still a tad right though. Definitely excited though to get back outside, playing some real golf. A little bit of a double cross again. Seems like I'm getting the start line and then it's not fading for me. Here we go. Let's lock back in. Get more in that landing zone. It's going to be close. It might be on the fringe over there. I just caught the fairway grass, so took that big bounce. Right idea, though. Right idea. Needs to be literally 1 yard to the right, and it would have actually been a good attempt. Not the best contact on that one, a little bit short. Here we go. Swing still feels really good. Just have been barely missing, either like 1 yard off on either side, it seems like. Just got to dial it in a little bit. Kind of a small landing zone to work with, but still should be able to get at least 1 out of 5 on these sets here. Not quite. I feel like I land more balls between the green and the bunker, which is like 1 or 2 yards wide compared to landing on the green but left of the pin, which is probably double the width. But it seems like they always end up in that spot. Unboxed, how's it going? Thanks for joining. What iron brand are you using? I'm currently on the Titleist T200s. I'm actually planning on getting new irons this year. I'm going to stick with Titleist most likely, but I'm probably going to end up with the 150s, which are kind of one step closer to blade irons. These can sometimes just trampoline off the face, a little bit inconsistent. I want to get a little bit more consistent ball flights and spin with those T150s. But I really like Titleist the Titleist irons in general. They've been super awesome over these last, I think, 4 or 5 seasons I've had them now. Close. Close, but it faded out of the landing zone again. Right idea. Good distance as well. All right, finally got one back in the landing zone. Let's see if the distance is good. Oh man, probably like 6 inches or a foot behind it when it ran across. Ended up being 6 feet, obviously, but that was one of those attempts that with a little bit of a smaller bounce could have gone in. I think I pulled that too far. It's going to be in between the bunker and the green, yep. Not quite the one. Alright, the rhythm is feeling better though. Slowly closing that gap, getting more and more consistent. Now let's really lock in and start getting to a set of 5 instead of just 1. Almost another one. Faded about 1 to 2 yards too far, though, to the right. (12 feet 3 inches). Same exact shot as the last one. Okay, only got 1 that round, but I'm really liking the rhythm that I'm in right now. So, let's keep this going. And just, really the worst shot from that set of 5 was only like 3 yards off directionally. So not too bad. Good attempt, thank you. Do you take lessons, have a coach? Your swing is really nice, thanks. I really appreciate it. I actually do not. I was a high school tennis player growing up, and unfortunately, tennis and golf overlapped in the same season. And but now that I've gotten past that, I only play golf. I kind of stopped playing tennis, and pretty much just do swing analysis through my camera. I'm always taking videos of my swing, comparing it to pros, and just trying to figure things out on my own, I guess. How long have you been playing golf for? I've been playing since my dad was a huge golfer, so he probably put the golf club in my hand when I was around like 7 or 8 years old, and then I started really taking it seriously after, I think it was that 2020 summer. Then I started picking it up, got a little bit more competitive with it, and around 2022, I believe, I started playing some tournaments, and now this summer I've got, I believe, 6 tournaments on the schedule, so I'm really excited for those. First time trying to qualify for the U.S. Amateur, so I'll be doing that one. I think that's my first of the year, so trying to get prepped for that. Oh, I thought that was going to fade, but it stayed straight. Right idea, just back between the bunker and green. Faded a little bit too much. Slightly mishit though, so it would have ended up short anyway. Pretty far off the heel. Ended up 12 feet 5 inches though, so not bad for a mishit there. Got a little bit lucky with that one. Might get the landing zone. Oh, did, but way long. Not quite what I was looking for. Lost quite a bit of backspin on that one with the straighter ball flight. Alright, there we go. That should be a good attempt. Oh, shorter than I thought. I guess I might have mishit it a little bit. Ended up getting to about pin high, but a little too late. Crossed over where the pin is about 10 feet too short. No fade on that one. Oh. Alright, well, not too bad there. Actually got 2 of 5 to land left of the pin but on the green. But both were so far off distance-wise. One was long and the other was short that it didn't really feel too close. If you don't mind sharing, what are your main swing thoughts when you address the ball? Been struggling personally? Yeah, no problem. So currently this off season my work has kind of been on my backswing right now. And I'm still working on that a lot. So I'm trying not to let my face roll open too soon. I play a draw, but for some of these challenges I've been hitting a fade because the fade just works better. The 9-iron hole and the 8-iron hole specifically, the fade works. So I've been falling into rolling my arms open a little, which leaves that club face open, and then it can also leave the club head under my hands. So I'm really focusing on hinging my wrist first and getting that club head closed and on the outside of my hands, I would say. And then also you can probably see right now, I don't hinge quite as far as I want to on the top of the backswing, so I'm also working on that. But it's interesting because most of I would say those are my really only 2 swing thoughts, and they're both backswing related. I don't have many impact related swing thoughts. Other than trying not to spin out, I guess, by bringing this hip forward. I'm trying to really focus on pulling my left hip back, creating space for my arms to come through and release the club. So that's sorry if that was a lot. That's just, I don't know, there are a lot of end of the off season, end of kind of like my main swing changes, so I got a lot of thoughts running through my head on that, but hopefully one of those helped. Oh, very chunky on that one. Not quite going to get there. Let's see. Yeah, so what have you currently been struggling with? Is it contact related, or is it like more of a slicing or hooking the ball issue? All right, back in the landing zone. Let's see if the distance is good. Closer, but still quite long on that one. That one's going to be better distance-wise because it got a little bit more spin on it. Still a tad long, but got to do one of... I think that's the ideal ball flight. I think it looks like about like a 5-yard fade. And then I just got to get that on the right line. Usually that one ends up leaking a little bit too far right because it's maybe not starting far enough left. Oh, very thin. Might get lucky with it. Surprisingly close for how bad that was hit. Still couldn't get away with it though. Much better start line, but just stayed straight on me. Not going to complain too much about that one, though. Just got to get that one to fade, and then that one should be good distance-wise, and then hopefully gets lucky. All right. Quick water break there. Now back to it. That one looks good. Needs to get lucky with the distance. Just short again. 1 for 1 on the landing zone this round, though. That's the positive. Left of the pin and on the green. Pretty chunky there. That one's not going to be close. Oh, finally got good distance and just pushed it too far right. Might get the landing zone. Sort of kind of landed in line with the pins. I didn't really have a good shot at it. Distance is spot on right now though, so I got to take advantage of that and get these in the right spot. Chonky on that one. Landed a little bit too short to have a chance. Alright, pretty solid round though. 3 of the 5 in the right area. Very good swing for not having a coach. Thanks, I appreciate it, Alex. Alright, here we go. Unfortunately, I'm down to 15 minutes left in my simulator bay for today. So, let's lock in on these last couple attempts. Probably can get in 20 more shots, I would say, and let's get one to run by here. Big pole. Back in that bunker. Wow, that was a lazy swing. Oh my, didn't even carry the hill there. Might be getting a little bit fatigued. I know I'm over an hour into the hitting, but I think there's still room for some good attempts left. At least better than whatever that last one was. Good line. Needs to go a little bit. Just short. Right idea. Losing that consistency now. Oh, very long. All right, let's get it back. Ooh, all over the place now, except for in the right spots, it seems like. Here we go. Alright, not the best set of 5 there. Let's turn that around. Alright. I think I am actually going to call it after this set of 5. Just getting a little bit fatigued and it's getting a little sloppy here. And I do want to use my last 10 minutes or so to get some some videos that I can see for myself, so I can make some adjustments before I go. So let me really lock in on these last 5, and hopefully we can get 1 or 2 to roll by here. A little bit better, not quite, but closer than the last couple have been. Oh, that one felt really weird. Not the best contact there. Pretty far off the heel. Oh no. Now I'm just throwing my hands at it. That is actually the first time I've done that on this hole, where it's been short of the hill. Man, trying to lock in here, but I think the fatigue is just setting in a little bit more than I expected. Here we go. 2 more attempts. Let's end it strong. Should catch the landing zone. A little short though. I've dropped about 4 miles per hour off my club speed, which isn't helping since the beginning of the stream. All right, here we go. Last one. Ended strong. Oh yeah, that is not the one. Oh man. Really bad last 10 shots or so, but otherwise got some pretty good attempts in today. Nothing super close, but a couple that ran by. When they passed the pin, they were close. But unfortunately, that is going to do it for me today. Thanks everybody for watching and everyone who is chatting. I know, Alex, you were in here for a while chatting, so I really appreciate it. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. I'll be back at it with the 8-iron tomorrow, right around the same time. And hopefully we can finally get one to go. Golf Gods, thanks for stopping in last minute here. You have a good night as well. But yeah, that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Everyone who liked or was chatting or subscribed tonight. And I'll hopefully see you back at it tomorrow. Can maybe get it done.